Hello.
Then. Now.
Showdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Bonjour, and welcome to episode 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We are here for the start of the ECW leg of the European tour. We are in Lyon, France. The ECW leg is going to be... we're doing Lyon this week. Next week we're doing Cardiff because that's the week where they did Glasgow in real life and then SmackDown's in London. So they're all in the UK that week. And then the week after that is, after they've been in London. So I'll go then do their show in England, but I'll probably do that in Manchester or Liverpool. So instead of just giving all 3 shows to London. So yeah, that's the layout. We're in Lyon tonight, Cardiff next week, and then Manchester the week after. But yes, tonight we have some big matches up for the show. We've got a television championship main event as Kevin Owens defends against Adam Cole. We've got Florence teaming with Kelsey Cook against Paulette Davenport and Ruby Riott. We have Dolph Ziggler against Cesaro. We have the 4-way to determine the next number one contender for the $1 Million Championship, and a whole lot more. So without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. The original Bloodline come to the ring to kick off the show. Roman Reigns, the Usos, the Wise Man, and Solo. Solo is with them. He's not officially in the original Bloodline yet, as you can tell by him not having the picture. But he's with the group. And Roman goes, "Lyon, France. Acknowledge me." Now, drama in our family goes back a long ass time. Hell, I should know. I'm the reason the whole damn thing started. And I was the tribal chief that brought everybody to greatness. Greatness on a different level. But along the way, I gained family, I lost family. We came to each other's aid, we left each other. That's what family does. And that includes my baby brother Solo. Now Solo has been an outcast in this family since he was young. Since he was left to fight on the streets by himself. And Solo, he had that vendetta against me. When he cost me the WWE Championship all those years ago, and myself and Solo have been at war many, many times over the past year. And if there's one thing I can say for damn sure about Solo Sikoa, it's that he's one tough son of a bitch. And if there's something else I can say about Solo Sikoa, it's that he's blood. Which is more than I can say for those damn Tongans that The Rock brought into this family. You see, The Rock brought in the Tongans as part of this bloodline to watch over Solo, to convert Solo so he still had some of that blood left in his group. But the reality is he hid behind the Tongans because he and their daddy go way back. He says he considers the King Haku family, and while we do love Haku and the Tongans, they ain't blood. They ain't the bloodline. We're the damn bloodline. As far as I'm concerned, there ain't no bloodline civil war because myself, Jimmy, Jay, Solo, Jacob, we're all on the right side of history. We are the bloodline. And The Rock has been forming his own little crew of henchmen while sitting up nice and cushy in that office of his. Hell, he even got Warden in on it. Warden, whose only claim to fame is beefing with our family. he ain't got nothing to do with this other than the fact that he's bitter that we cost him his championship. Well, that doesn't matter because Jacob at WrestleMania is going to deal with Warden and he's going to bring a championship back to this family. Which begs the question, your tribal chief, Wise Man, because yes, my tribal chief, because that begs the question, what's the tribal chief going to do at WrestleMania if he ain't wrestling for the world championship? And Heyman looks confused. He goes, I don't know, my tribal chief. What are you going to do at WrestleMania? Because WrestleMania can't come and go without an appearance from the tribal chief. No, sir. Now, Solo, I've spoken to Jimmy. And I've spoken to Jay. And we all agreed after last week. We're blood. Blood is thicker than whatever the damn hell The Rock and those Tongans have got going on. But last time I checked, I see 4 of us. I see myself, the OTC. I see Main Event, Jey Uso. I see Big Jim. And I see the Street Champion. I see Solo Sikoa. So, Rock, wherever you are, I don't know if you're off filming a movie or working out ways to put yourself in main events all over again. But this bloodline that you've built, it ain't nothing compared to your family. And your family, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, wants to prove why you were always in the wrong for shoving us out, for not getting behind Jay when he was the champion, for trying to take my spot as the head of the table. Because Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the Usos, and the little loose baby you Solo Sikoa challenge you and your bitch ass bloodline to end this once and for all at WrestleMania. Now, I know you're busy, Dwayne. I know you ain't here tonight. But I know you watch the show because you gotta see what's going on your show in your company. But I prefer to keep the specifics until you show up and I can tell you face to face how this is gonna go down. Because you, as a member of this board of directors, know the value that we have. So you don't want to piss us off. You don't want to fire us. You can't fire us. Because we make you all your money nowadays. Because God knows the box office haven't been too kind to Dwayne Johnson in recent years. You know, sir. So you're going to be forced to show up here, Rock. We'll be waiting. So there's the challenge. 4v4. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa and the Usos against The Rock and the Tongans at WrestleMania. Not been accepted, because The Rock's not here, but the challenge has been thrown out by the OTC. 79-minute opening match. It's a friendly encounter between 2 Paragon members. Dolph Ziggler against Cesaro. And Cesaro picks up the win. He pins Dolph Ziggler with the neutralizer in 13 minutes and 12. 71 for Dolph, 74 for Cesaro. So yeah, nice little win for him. So he's... I don't know if he's next in line or when he's going to get the shot, but he is, the Paragon's representative to challenge for the television championship when the time comes. But yes, after the match, Dolph Ziggler was clearly very frustrated that he lost. And then Jacy Jane gets in the ring. She is in a match coming up next, so she's out here in her gear, just waiting. And she gets in the ring and she's like, shake. Cesaro offers a handshake out to Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph just looks at it. He does shake hands, and Cesaro sort of pats him on the back as he leaves. He looks at Jacy, gives her a nod, and Jacy's like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, fucking sort this shit out right now. So Jacy, the voice of reason in the Paragon right now. We then cut back to Ava Raine in her office, and Austin Theory's in there, and he goes, "I'm telling you, Ava, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal 2025. We need to make this bigger than ever." So I got thinking, whoever wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, they should get the first shot coming out of WrestleMania for the World Championship. And Ava goes, "Really? That's your big idea?" He goes, "Listen, I never said big idea, I just said an idea. But, to give us some stakes, something more important to fight for." And Ava goes, "You know what, Austin, I'm all about stakes. And I'll have to run it by Heyman and Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis and Bobby Roode, but I'm sure there'll be no exceptions, so, I'll consider it under advisement. Great idea, Austin Theory. It's a good chance for someone like you to, coming out of WrestleMania is always a time to get new faces in the spotlight here in WWE, and winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal also does just that, so we'll see if we can get that sorted for you." He goes, "Great. I look forward to the next year, whether it's here on ECW or anywhere else, but I'm going to win that Battle Royal and I'm going to become the next world champion coming out of WrestleMania because the future's going to be now. I am the now, Ava." Then the Tongans walk in. And he goes, "Should I leave?" And he goes, "Probably a good idea, yeah." And he leaves. And she goes, "So I heard." And then Tama Tonga goes, "So what's Dwayne going to say?" He goes, "I've tried to reach my dad, the final boss, The Rock, and he's not picking up. But I'm sure he's watching, and I'm sure he'll have an answer for those guys. Until then, we've just got to, lay low, don't get into too much trouble. Don't try and start any fights with the Bloodline tonight, so as a matter of fact, I'm going to send all you guys home." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it." But yeah, The Rock still yet to respond to Roman Reigns' challenge. He's off doing The Rock things, which is ripping up the WrestleMania match card and trying to... he's whatever else The Rock does. A1, that's really fucking good. Naomi with the 90. So yeah, Well, Shantae won the match, but not to get into too much specifics, but I'm focusing on the right people in this match, let's put it that way. But yes, it is Shantae Washington who wins this Fatal 4-Way. She pinned JC with a Fisherman Suplex in 14:55. 68 for Ivy, 68 for JC, 74 for Shantae, and 90 for Naomi. Yes, and so she's next in line for the $1 Million Championship. We don't know when, we're not going to announce the match now, but the next challenger with the championship will be a rematch with Kathy Cool, because she did face her last time there was a championship match. It was Shantae who challenged her then, but yeah, she gets a 74, 90 for Naomi, 68 for both JC and Ivy. I'm glad I'm giving Nightlight specifically this spotlight now, because Naomi, obviously situations in the real world have made me want to do more with Naomi. And Shantae, comparing, I will call Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter, and Willow Nightingale, the three main pillars of the women in AEW IRL. And comparing where I had her to where I had Jamie and Chris in this save, I knew I had to get her higher up on the card. So yeah, they're getting a nice little spotlight on this show recently. It's good. They're performing well as well. They're performing better than when I put fucking Liv Morgan in there. Let's put that for sure. I just can't help myself. Anyway, after the match, Kathy Cool comes out and she holds the belt up high. Shantae looks up at the belt. She probably does the belt motion. I know the belt motion is corny, but so is Willow. So yeah, and you can see Naomi in the background. She's sort of looking up at the belt as well. They're looking across at Shantae, hyping her up, going, "Yeah, girl, you got this. You got this. That's gonna be yours." Then cut to the UE locker room. Adam Cole's getting ready for the main event, when in walk the rest of the UE, dripped in gold, because they are the new Trios champions on Velocity. And Adam Cole's all gassed to see them. He goes, "Yeah, we go, boys. Undisputed Era on top again, just like the old days. but the job is not done. You three did the job on Velocity. You brought those trios championships to the Undisputed Era. Now it's Adam Cole Bay's turn. Tonight, we're all going to be draped in gold when I become the television champion. I'm going to put Kevin Owens down like I've been wanting to do for years. I'd take his championship in front of all these fans here in Riott. And that is undisputed. 80 rated tag match. Ciampa and Brody King. Ciampa hasn't wrestled. Like I keep saying, oh, they've got the Freebird rule, but it's just been Alistair and Brody. It's because they've been wrestling the Usos, and Ciampa is the weakest performer, so I want to get the best possible matches out of him. So yeah, I needed to get Ciampa in the ring. So him and Brody beat the reunited chill guys, I guess. Dudley Davis and RVD. Brody pinning Rob with a Gonzo bomb in 9:29. 44 for Rob, 85 for Dudley, 77 for Brody, 62 for Ciampa. So yes, the House of Black, spooky. After the match, you know, they're celebrating in the House of Black way. Alistair sat around them. Ciampa and Brody stood over him. When we see a woman in the corner, and it's in fact not Kelsey Cook because Kelsey's busy tonight. It's Susie. And she sort of just stands there. She sort of like tilts her head, like looking across at the House of Black. And Alistair does notice her, like as he sat down. He turns his head around. He just looks up at her, and she waves back at him, like happily. And he just glares a hole through her as the lights go off and she vanishes. And Alistair like sort of shakes his head, like, is he seeing shit? But no. It seems that we know who was coming for those tag titles. Let's put it that way. Then got back to the Paragon locker room. Dolph Ziggler's angry. He kicks a chair over. He goes, I can't believe I lost, okay? My chance to be the television champion, to get one over on Kevin Owens or maybe even Adam Cole again. Gone. And JC goes, Dolph, calm down, you know. At least Swiss, he's the number one contender. So the Paragon get to keep a hold of the television championship if Swiss can win that title. Dolph goes, yeah, you're right, but it should be me, JC. And she goes, well, it's not. Okay, now, the reason why this Paragon was supposed to be more successful than the last one is because we were supposed to be a group, Dolph. And this is being rather selfish of you. I'll tell you what. I had a great thought. Since all of the Paragon are gunning on Championship Gold, I may have come up short tonight. David and Kevin came up short last week. But we'll get those titles one day. I heard that the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year is the winner will get a shot at the World Championship. So if you win that, then you get a shot at the world title, and Swiss can be the television champion, and we'll all still have gold. And Dolph goes, I'm not going to aim for a battle royal, though, JC. I'm Dolph damn Ziggler. I'm too good for that. And JC goes, doesn't seem like it right now. And just walks off. 88 rated tag match. Big. Florence and Kelsey have great chemistry. I don't know if that's new. Well, it's not new, but I don't remember if I remember seeing that before. But yes. In a shocking twist of fate, guess how this one finished? Florence pins Ruby Riott with a Rainflow in 13:38. Whoa. Florence has a pinfall victory over the ECW Women's Champion. 75 for Kelsey Cook, 89 for Florence, 93 for Ruby Riott, 86 for Blair Davenport. And yes, so that is a big victory. I guess miscommunication by Blair and Ruby, you know, because for whatever it is, Kelsey has had this long time, I guess, obsession, fascination with Florence, which, you know, fair, valid, but we don't really know why. So she can work well with Florence. I guess Florence is a little bit hesitant to team with her most of the time because, like, this is a spooky bitch. She's in the House of Black. Like, what's her mind? Where's her mind at? But Kelsey is she's a House of Fire. She probably gets the hot tag as well. Like, gets all fired up and like just in total babyface mode. And obviously Blair and Ruby were scheduled to wrestle at WrestleMania. We thought, so they're obviously butting heads, and the babyface team win. And Ruby and Blair's like sort of bicker on the outside. And Florence is having a celebrating, like shrugging, going like, "Hey, I pinned you, bitch." And Ruby just glares at her, and then out comes Ava. She goes, "Ladies, this situation has been developing in front of my eyes for the last couple of weeks, but I've been busy doing family stuff that we never made an official announcement on WrestleMania for the ECW Women's Championship. And it's a very damn good job I didn't, because I see there's been some late swinging in my mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania is just under a month away, and as the assistant general manager here on ECW, with most of the power right now, I'm here to confirm at WrestleMania, Ruby Riott will defend the ECW Women's Championship against both Florence and Blair Davenport in a triple threat match. Bang. Graphic flies up on screen. We can finally fucking... I mean, in reality... No, you go, because it's part of the story that we never actually announced the match. Like, I was going to say, in reality, they'd show the Blair versus Ruby graphic, but they wouldn't, because we never officially announced it. But, yeah. I never added the Blair Davenport versus Ruby Riott graphic to any of the Mania rundowns I've done, because it doesn't exist. I didn't make it. You know, there was another women's title match graphic that I rushed and made a mistake on that got pointed out in the comments. It's almost like that one didn't exist to begin with all the time anyway, too. But yes, we have a triple threat match set for the World Championship here on ECW on the women's side. Blair Davenport and Florence, both challenging the champion, Ruby Riott. And there's I forgot to change over to the segment, but that's the segment I just went over with Ava announcing the match. We then cut backstage to Jacob Fatu. He's not wrestling this week. Maybe he'll be like in a dark match or something, but this is a very television championship focused week of ECW. But he's here, and he's pacing around backstage. He goes, "Warden, I've been waiting back here all night for you, champ, and you ain't showing up. Now I get it, if I was facing me, and I had an issue with me, I wouldn't want to show up either, because I'm Jacob Fatu, America's Most Wanted, the Samoan Werewolf. I'll beat your ass, dog walk you to town, every time I see you. But you can't run and hide from me forever, champ. Next week, in Cardiff, I'ma be in that ring, and I want to see you out there. And we don't have to wait till WrestleMania if you don't want, because I'm always in a fighting mood, I'm in a foul mood all the time. And Jacob Fatu, the next ECW champion, you're gonna dog walk your ass back to Dwayne's office. You know what I mean?" So yeah, next week, ECW is in Cardiff, and we have a few things now set for the show. The first being, as we just heard, Jacob Fatu will be here, as will Warden, and the champion and challenger will go face to face. God forbid, I don't even know if they're even going to speak. It's probably just going to be on site between these two behemoths, head of WrestleMania, but we'll try and organise something face to face between the two men. Plus, following her win tonight, Shante Washington, the next in line for the shot at the $1 Million Championship, will team with her Nightlight tag team partner Naomi against two members of Next Gen, those being Tracy Sharrow and Lucy Stryker. Plus, we're on the British Isle soil, so the fella, Sheamus, is returning to ECW. He's got a banger in mind. as the road to WrestleMania continues to loom. And speaking of WrestleMania, it is now official. We have our ECW Women's Championship bout. Ruby Riott, the champion, will defend the championship against Florence, who won the championship at WrestleMania last year, and her ex-best friend, now longtime rival Blair Davenport, in a highly anticipated triple threat match. 91 rated main event. Kevin Owens defeats Adam Cole with the pop-up powerbomb. You know, Adam Cole's getting going. You know, he looks like he might win it. He probably does hit the boom on Kevin Owens and he kicks out like late. And then Adam Cole backs up, he goes to hit another boom. And Dolph Ziggler shows up. Sick of the sight of this fucking guy, if I'm honest. But he shows up. And he grabs the television championship from ringside. And Kevin Owens is the first person on the spot. He goes, "Hey, that's mine. Okay, I'm the champion. You're not the people's champion." And Adam Cole, he sees it as well. And he's like, "What the hell are you fucking doing out here, Dolph?" He shoves Dolph Ziggler to the floor. And he takes the championship as it falls to the floor. He holds it and he goes, "What are you doing, Dolph?" And Kevin Owens snatches the belt off him and cradles it onto him and goes, "It's mine. It's my championship." And as Adam Cole and Dolph Ziggler get into it at ringside, Adam Cole slides back into the ring. He charges at Kevin Owens, but KO has the belt hidden underneath his shirt. And as Adam Cole flies in, he cracks his head on the belt. He falls to the floor, and Kevin Owens picks him up, hits him with a stunner, and pins him to retain the championship. 75 for KO, 94 for Adam Cole. After the match, Dolph Ziggler gets back to his feet. He slides into the ring. He starts to hammer down on Adam Cole. He rains punches down Adam Cole. He sort of bumps into Kevin Owens, and then KO sort of shrugs his shoulders and goes, "I don't know, it's none of my business." He rolls out of the ring. The rest of the Paragon rush out through the crowd. They start attacking him. Well, the Fritz brothers do. Cesaro's like, "What the fuck's happening here? Why did you do that, Dolph?" And Dolph goes, "Come on, get him." And then, "Are we a team or not?" And Cesaro's like, "Yeah, fuck it, yeah." And then he does pick him up and he hits an uppercut on Adam Cole. The rest of the Undisputed Era rush out. They sort of rush past Kevin Owens, who's on the ramp just watching this all. And the numbers game is technically in favor of the Paragon because Adam Cole's been isolated, and the Paragon leave them laying, and then they leave the ring. Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler both get up in Kevin Owens' face on the ramp, who's still just watching it all. And Cesaro sort of taps the championship as he walks past, and he goes, "That's mine soon, Kevin." And then Dolph Ziggler, who's behind Cesaro, follows him out, and he also gives the belt a tap. And Kevin Owens looks at him in disgust and goes, "What the hell are you doing? You're not the number one contender." But yes, chaotic ending to ECW here in Lyon. 86, sure, we'll take that. Nice show. What matters more is what you thought of the show. I thought for a show that had no bloodline apart from the opening segment, really, and 3 minutes of Jacob Fatu and no ECW World Champion. This was about building the mid-card story for WrestleMania, basically. But yeah. What matters more is what you thought of the show. Tell me for the comments below, and I'll see you next time for SmackDown in Bologna with the Tag Team Championship Elimination 4-way to determine who's going to go to WrestleMania, and a whole lot more. See you then.